What up, everybody? You're now tuned into Candid Conversations. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley, back today with another live stream. Hey, man, y'all see the topic we got today. It says now is the time to change your mindset. We about to go in on this, but first, I got my brother Sean Taylor with me. How you feeling today, sir?
What's up, man? I'm feeling good, man. Feeling kind of righteous. I'm feeling good. Any day above ground is a good one. What's up, good people in internet land? How's everybody?
Yeah. So, hey, shout out to all my followers on YouTube, my followers on Facebook. Hey, if you watching me on Twitch, shout out to you. Hey, agree, disagree, or just want to give me a shout out. Hey, drop something in the comments. We will appreciate it. But man, let's get
Mhm.
into this topic. So now is the time to change your mindset. And so I was
Mm.
thinking about this the other day, and I was like, no matter what you want to do, what industry you want to go into, your purpose, your passion, hobby, whatever it is, anything you envision yourself being in the future or being in a certain place, you don't need to. People think that, okay, well, I'll get the mindset when I get there, or I'll change this when I get there. I'll do this when I get. No, 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 no. If you want to be a NFL quarterback, it starts in the backyard at home. Little, that's where it starts. You need to have a certain mindset to get to where you're going. That's the whole reason people got to where they were going, Sean.
Right, right. I agree 100%, man. I preach mindset, man, morning, noon, and night, man. That's just because everything, man, and people sleep on the mindset all the time, man. Everything is mentally driven, and I think people become complacent and stagnant in life, man, because they don't tap in to that thing that sits in between their shoulders, man. And I tell people all the time, man, everything in this world
Yeah,
is mental. You conquer your mental, man. You have to train your mind more than you train anything, period. And you have to train your mind daily. And I'm
yeah,
talking about in everything from relationships, problems, circumstances, work, business, man, everything. So, man, mindset is everything, bro. It's everything.
yeah, yeah. It's everything, man. So, um, now I was thinking, like, man, if you want to be a Olympic skier and you live in the hood, I mean, you need to go ahead and get that mindset now. There's no way you're gonna make it out of there without having that mindset because of and you got to think about what is your environment as well. What are you surrounded by? What are you easily influenced by? Do you need to remove yourself from certain places, certain people, certain things? You need to remove yourself from nouns, persons, places, or things. Do you need to remove yourself from them? And most likely, depending on your upbringing, because this could be family. This could be family who have a certain mindset that's holding you back. Friends. I mean, it really doesn't matter. But I think removing yourself, Sean, that's one of the first steps because you could change your mindset all day. But if you keep the same people around you, you keep putting yourself in the same situations, I mean, you're going to get the same results.
Yeah, that's true, man. There comes a point in your life, man, that you have to pretty much clean house, so to speak. As you get older, as you get
Yeah.
wiser, man. I remember, when I was younger, man, my circle I had a lot of people in my circle.
Oh, we're
But
gonna talk about that, Sean. I'm glad you brought that up. But remind me to
yeah,
talk about Fat Joe's circle.
right. And then as I've gotten older, man, and transitioned and gone through some things, man, my circle is minuscule or small, man. I mean, I can the people in my camp, man. In my circle, man, it's a small number, man, and we're talking about probably single digits, not double. And
Yeah,
I like it like that on purpose, man, because these are people who have been in my corner through the ups, downs, ins and out. They are non-judgmental for one thing. I Right now I'm at a point in my life, man, I can't deal with judgmental people, people
yeah,
who are negative and people who are toxic, man, because negative people got a solution. I mean, they got a problem for every solution, man. I mean, it's you know, and I'm a strong believer, man. What you say out of your mouth, man, you breathe life into it, man. And
yeah,
and 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 sometimes, man, you know, my mom used to always tell me all the time, things could be worse. And, it's hard for me to be around people who are down 24/7. I mean,
Yeah.
they are down 24/7. They are negative 24/7, man. So it's like, I'm very chess oriented in how I move across the board and the pieces that I want on there when it comes to me, man. So it's like, listen, I mean, you have to, you have to mind the circle and the company that you keep, man. Because let me tell you something, man. You do have people who are negative pretending to be positive, pretty much wolves in sheep clothing, so to speak.
Yeah.
So you gotta just be very mindful, man, of your circle. Um, you know, a lot of famous people have said it. You know what I'm saying? Real people don't have a lot of friends, man. I mean, to be perfectly honest, a lot of real people who are 100% genuine, 100% transparent and candid, they do not have a large number of people in their circle, man, because
No.
when it comes to truth, whether it's
Yeah.
brutal, honest, whatever be, a lot of people don't like it. They take the truth offensive. You're going to be depicted as a prick or a bitch or whatever when you tell the truth. I mean, it's so the truth. A lot of people, it's not popular with a lot of people, man. So
Yeah.
yeah,
This is true. So I heard, and I'm gonna look up his interview, and I want to see where he said it at, see what format he said it in. I'll see if he expounded on it. But Fat Joe was taking care of 50 guys. He had 50 guys he was, taking care of regularly. He's blown up. He's a rap artist, so he's taking care of a lot of people, as most of them do. They have posses, squads, teams, you name it. Antoine Walker was paying $50,000 a month for the phone bill for his posse or his team when he was at his height in the NBA, which is absolutely ridiculous. Y'all will be on 1-800 call collect messing with me, but that's just me.
mm,
But Fat Joe was taking care of 50 guys. And so one day he was like, you know what? I'm gonna see where everybody's loyalties at. So he pretty much faked like, yo, I ain't got it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I ain't got it. It is what it is, man. But I just don't have it. You know how many guys responded back positively saying that, yo, I got your back, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. Just take a wild guess how many, Sean?
one,
Six. Six.
yeah, I'm surprised on
Mm-hmm.
that number.
Right. Right. And that young men need to hear that. Young men need to hear that. Men in general need to hear that because, especially as a man, whatever your efforts are, it's very rare they're going to be appreciated in the way that you would want them to personally. It just is what it is. I mean, people
Hmm.
barely going to appreciate it anyway. So, but for you to get the appreciation that you want out of a situation with somebody and what you're doing for them, no, it's not going to be appreciated until you stop doing it.
Hmm. Yeah, man. My mom also told me this, man. I just got so many takeaways from this woman. You know, if you want to know if you want to know what a person, if you want to know who you have in your camp, and if you want to see who people are, don't give them what they want, and they will show you who they are. When people don't get what they want, they will show you who they are. They either gonna be still with you or not, man. That mask will be unveiled when people don't get what they want.
Yeah,
So that was a smart thing that Fat Joe done. I mean, I like to do it just to see just to see what this person is actually about. Have
mm,
it, but be like, no, I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Just to see what that response is gonna be like. Just to feel out, the vibe and the energy from this individual. Then you'll know if this person is 10 toes down for you, really, or not. They're just trying to get what they can get out of you.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's pretty much it, man. So I mean, even with we talked plenty of times about mindset, and at its core, I mean, it's not a very hard thing to do. That's this. It's not the issue. Starting is never the issue, Sean. Even though you have those who are fearful, and because of societal pressures, family pressures, religious pressures, they don't want to change, whatever. But that's you have a bigger gap to bridge when it comes to that. But for the most part, man, it's an easy thing to do. For you to change your mindset, think a different way, and start operating in a different way. The problem is when you hit setbacks, you hit rough patches, you make mistakes, you have missteps, and when those things happen, Sean, you end up reverting. A lot of times, end up reverting back to what's familiar. So if you're on a fitness journey per se, and say you get an injury, you can't work out for a month or two, it's gonna be hard to get back in that gym, especially if you're just starting and this is something that's not a regular thing. It's gonna be if you did 10 years of sitting on your ass, trying to get back into fitness after a layoff after 2 months or something like that. It's gonna be very hard to do, you know and that's just one of the many examples. But shoot, you on your journey to get your finances up, and you lose your job.
Right.
You lose your job, and you still got expenses, you still got stuff to pay, and you was like, man, I was getting ready to transition out of this job, use this job to springboard me and on my personal journey and become whatever I wanted to do outside of a corporation. And now
Hmm.
this is a setback. What do you do now? Do you go back and go get another corporate job, or do you hoof it? You like, oh man, it is what it is. I was gonna leave anyway. Go ahead and go, because like I said, it's easy to revert back to what you was before.
Well, man, because the best indicator of future behavior is that of past behavior, bro. I mean, and a lot of times people just resort back to what's familiar, resort back to what's easy, what's comfortable. There's no
Yeah,
growth there. There's nothing you're going to get back to. All you getting from stuff that's familiar is just the history of it and just the time of it. There's nothing else. There's no growth there. There's nothing else gonna go. Nothing but the old stuff that's coming on. That's
yeah,
that's that's gonna be going on. That was going there originally. So you don't have ain't nothing changed, man. It's like running across a person you ain't seen them in a 2, 3, 4 years, and they doing the same thing they was doing 3, 4, 5 years ago. You then climbed up, and they still in the same stagnant, place. So, every year I think a person should be growing in some area. And every 12 months, if you're not growing in some area, man, you need to go back to the drawing board and figure out why. You know,
yeah,
why most 9 times out of 10 is because you're comfortable and you
yeah,
you are afraid to get uncomfortable on purpose, and you need to get uncomfortable
yeah,
because you need to pride yourself in every day in at least one task of doing something that you're not comfortable in doing, you know
yeah,
even when it becomes to being honest and real with yourself. I spoke on a podcast today about that. You know what, it's nobody's job to carry your brokenness. You have to be your own hero. How do
yeah,
you be your own hero? Your ass gonna have to get uncomfortable to be your own hero to pull you out of that cesspool of that nonsense. But here's the thing: change comes from through acknowledgement. And if there's no
yeah,
acknowledgement that something needs to change, then there's gonna be no growth from it. You're gonna keep having that same old thing like Groundhog's Day, the movie with Bill Murray, where every day is the freaking same. Why?
yeah,
Because you choose to not change. You choose not to acknowledge, like, there's some things inside me that I need to change. But change comes from changing your mindset first. If you don't worry about changing the way you talk, the way you got to change your perception, the way you live, the way you love, the way you act, the way you walk. If you're not willing to change your mind,
yeah,
I tell people all the time, you have to change your mind. You have to lose this thing that it's all about me. I got to
mm-hmm,
change that I'm the prize mentality. I got to change that I'm the best dude I got the, I'm the best dude since sliced bread, or I'm, I'm so special, nobody can live without me. You got to change your attitude, man. You got to
Yeah.
change your mind, but everything starts from a mindset, B. If you don't change the mind, ain't nothing in your life gonna change, dude. I
This
mean,
is true.
it just is not,
This is
man.
true. True.
Yeah.
So, especially for the young men who are near and dear to me, um, as far as mindset, you want to chase women or you want to get this money? Because I'm gonna tell you what you need to do and what you should do, but I want to know what you want to do,
Right.
and I want to know why you want to do this, because what you're trying to achieve can easily be achieving if you go this path here, if you change this mindset here. Like, it doesn't, I don't think people really understand, Sean. It doesn't take long to change your entire life. A year, 6 months to a year can change your entire outlook on life. I'm a living
Right.
testament of it, people.
Right.
6 months to a year. I mean, if you know what I was before, let's just say, let's go 3 years ago
Hmm.
versus what I am now. Ask anybody around me. He's improved just about every facet of his life.
Hmm.
Every facet. At some point, pick a category, and Brandon has put a check a box in every category, at least one box in every category, and
Right.
improved something.
Hmm. Yeah,
And it
man.
wasn't until I started to improve, I started to achieve, and I started to see the results is when I really started to go at it in earnest. Initially it's just like, well, I got to be my own hero, Sean, like you say. And the reason why people don't want to be their own hero, Sean, because hero origin stories are not fun. They're not
No,
sexy.
no, they know. When you
No,
think about
it's
what it,
filled with
you,
pain.
yeah, it is, man. When you feel it, when you think about heroes, man, heroes deal with a lot. They deal with loss. They deal with kind of, they do a lot of things alone
Get
sometimes.
ostracized from,
Yeah,
yeah,
they on an island by themselves sometimes, man. It takes a real man, a real woman, man, to be their own hero and not looking for somebody to play, Captain Save-A-Ho or whatever the case may be. Um, it takes a real person to stand on their own, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
A definition of a person who is their own hero, that and heroes are leaders, man. A true leader is a person who can stand alone if need be. I mean, they can be their own 10 foot 10 tones down for themselves if need be, man. You have to be able to. Um, the biggest time, the most loneliest time I've ever spent, man, is when I was really lonely, is when I was locked
yeah,
up. And
yeah,
my thing about it is that, man, you have time to really find out who you are, man, when you ain't got nobody to lean on. You ain't got nobody having your back. And when and my mother, I remember my mother coming to see me, and she was like, you know what? This is your time to really get your head right. You make it through this and you make it up out of this, you
yeah,
will always be able to stand alone, because
yeah,
it don't get no tougher than this.
yeah,
When your freedom is taken away, you told when to wake up, you told when to get up, you told what to eat, you told what to wear. When you are, when everything is stripped away from you, you at ground zero, you at rock bottom, baby. And if you have
yeah.
never been at rock bottom, and people think rock bottom, no, that ain't rock bottom. Get
Hmm.
everything. I'm talking about everything stripped away from you. Now you at ground zero. Now you at rock bottom. But my
Yeah,
mom told me this: when you make it out of this, there is nothing in this life that's going to be able to beat you down, take you down, because you've already been there.
yeah,
And everything now that comes at you, you going to smile and pretty much laugh at it. You're going to be
yeah,
able to make life your bitch. And everybody else that try to oppose to come to you, you'll make them the same thing, because you've already been there. Because these people don't know the darkness that you've been through. They don't know
yeah,
the hell that you've been through. And you did it alone. I can't even save you. And I'm
yeah,
your mom. So you're going to have to do this as a man by yourself, and also have to defend yourself while you're
yeah.
going through that nonsense. So my
Hmm.
thing about it is that people don't know what ground zero and rock bottom is until you get there. And now what you're going to do? You're going to do one or two things in this life. You either going to man up or you're going to bitch up.
Yeah.
There's no in between. You gonna man
Mm-hmm.
up or you gonna bitch up to
Yep.
survive. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And once you come out of it, the other side, once you rise above that BS that you had to go through to get out of that, you gonna be impenetrable. You're gonna be 20 times stronger. And when people come at you now, I remember when I went through that and I got out of that, I would tell people all the time when they think they hurt me, I was like, there is nothing in this life you can do to hurt me. There
Yeah.
is nothing. You can think of the worst thing. You can't penetrate me.
Yeah.
I am the black Superman because you don't know what I've been through.
Yeah.
Unless you done been through that with me or been through that, you gonna lose that fight against me every single time. Ain't nothing you can say, ain't nothing you can do. You want to leave? Bye. I help you pack.
Yeah.
And it's not like a brother went stone cold or just went cold. It's like I see the world as it is, and when you get into a point where you by yourself, now all you got is this.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know how to depend on this and how to make this your strongest weapon, you're going to lose in life in every area and aspect of life. When you lose people, you're going to get beat down. You ain't going to know how to come up out of it.
Yeah.
When you lose somebody death, you ain't gonna know how to come out of somebody that you lost in death because you weak of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you're gonna struggle so much. And like I said, if you hadn't seen my podcast this morning, you need to go listen to that because everything that comes in your life based off your attitude mindset is going to become a collateral damage based off of you, not them, your mindset. So, man,
Yeah.
this is a good topic, B, that you're talking about, bro.
Oh, for sure. Hey, and the only thing that's probably worse than that being stripped of your freedom, everything taken away, is being locked up abroad, locked up in a foreign country.
Oh yeah,
That seems like that's way worse than being
yeah,
locked up here.
right, right. It
Yeah, my
is, man.
mom been telling me about watching that locked up abroad and telling me the stories. Oh no, oh no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no, sir,
man.
no, sir.
That's something that you don't want to go through. That ain't what you want. That is
No,
not what you want.
and so when you get to a space like that, I mean, now you have no choice, really. I mean, it's really it's only one way to go, and that's up.
Right,
And you,
right,
like you say, you gotta choose. Are you going to pick yourself up and dig yourself out of this hole? Are you going to be your own hero? Because now
right.
you have no choice. Are you going to do it, or
Mhm.
are you just going to accept it? You're just
Right,
going to lay there. You're going to submit
right.
to it and let that life do whatever it wants to do to you. Is that what you
Exactly,
want?
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
when B, I see people, man, and I said it in my podcast this morning. When you don't have to do no investigations of people, background checks on people. All you have to do is observe and actively listen, and you can tell why they are where they are
yeah,
based off how they speak, based off how when they going through things, how their outlooks and how they body language responds, how they respond. And you look at them as like, you know what? I see why this person is going through exactly what they're going through.
yeah,
Their mindset, it's watered down. The mindset
yeah.
is extremely weak, and that's why I tell people all the time, you have to train your mind every day. That's the number one
Every
reason
day.
why people fail on their fitness journey. Because their minds are extremely weak. Their minds are brittle. And that's
Yeah,
why they constantly, that's why people make New Year's resolutions all the time.
yeah,
When your mind is strong, you ain't never got to make a damn New Year's resolution because you've already overcame that nonsense. You've already overcome that following trend crap of making New Year's resolutions.
yeah,
Me and people that follow trends, me and you ain't got nothing to talk about, bro. Sis, we just don't. You follow trends, I don't. I set my own trends. You follow them. There's a difference between me and you. You see what
yeah,
I'm saying? When you setting trends, you doing some major stuff in life. When you following
yeah.
trends, you ain't doing a damn thing. You're a follower. That's and you always gonna be a follower. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, that's just it. But you gotta that people sleep on their mindsets, B. They sleep on their mindsets all the time. It's your it's your it's your it's your greatest asset. It's your greatest
Yeah,
asset.
yeah.
But they don't hear us, B. They don't hear us, man.
No, 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 they don't hear us. And speaking of which, the mindset that a lot of people have, especially, so let's say if you following people who follow trends, like you said,
Mm,
following the trend for some can be very lucrative. You know, they
right,
gain clout, gain an audience, gain whatever
right,
from following the trend. You see it already. You see it on TikTok all the time. Everybody
right,
doing the same dance and people gaining followers off doing the same thing.
right.
Problem is though, this is the problem with that is
Mm,
that there's no longevity in that
mm-mm,
because you're not original.
mm-mm,
You have to
mm-mm.
be original. If you want longevity, you have to have original content.
You
You got to
have
be
to.
originally be yourself.
You have to because when you following and copying
What's up, Tim?
and it's not yours, you know, eventually you only as funky as your last cut, like we used to say, man. So
Yeah,
you have to be. That's when you tap into your mindset. You come creative and you create your own thing.
yeah,
Somebody says, Sean, what's that thing you say at the end of your podcast or your videos or whatever? That's you? I said, yeah, man. I'm a thinker, dude. That people always ask me, um, you say it all the time at the end of thing. I'll start judging people once I'm perfect too. But since I'm in no danger of becoming perfect, you'll never have to worry about me judging you. Ain't nobody, where you found that at? That's me, dude. You have to
yeah,
be your own trendsetter. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? You
Oh
have
yeah,
to be creative, but how do you tap into your creative imagination? You have to think, and
yeah,
there's not a lot of people the real true thinkers. They stick out like a sore thumb.
yeah,
When you talk to them. I got a client of mine always tell me, he's like, dude, talking to you, well, you can you talk so deep, you just people just you got to keep up with your thinking.
yeah,
That's what she told me. She's like, boy, you got to keep up with your thinking, man, because you could take a person in a place so they just get lost. They get lost because they don't think that deep enough. They surface think, you know.
yeah. I was working at a 1010 Excel as an intern, and shout out to Ryan Green, hacker. I remember we were in the studio one day and we was talking, and I don't remember what I was talking about and what I was saying, but I was going through a soliloquy and I was breaking it down, Sean, whatever I was saying. And he
Right.
was like, "Yo, man, that's pretty deep for 2:30 on a Wednesday." Hey, that right there, I was like, okay, yeah, I may think a little differently from the average Joe.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
but
man.
that gave him a glimpse into my mindset and where I was then. And shoot, I thought I knew some stuff then, but man, looking back on it, man, dude, it's a whole world I wasn't privy to. But I was not. Let's say, let's put it this way: I was on the right path to finding what I needed to find.
Mm,
I will say, and that came from my upbringing. Yeah, everybody knows my foundation and who I came up under, and family and where I came from, and that foundation was set long before I even existed. So it wasn't as hard for me to find said path because it was laid out. It was laid out before me. At least the path to where you could really get started on the way you want to go. Now, doing exactly what you want to do, I mean, that's something that you got to come up with on your own. So, I
right.
mean, a lot of people, and you got people who don't have that, and so you have a tougher road ahead if you don't have that already. But it's nothing when you can train yourself, train your mind, train your body, train your outlook. You can do it. You can change all of those things yourself. One thing I hate is the victim mindset. I think
Mm,
that needs to go. I mean,
mm,
you're gaining nothing from having this victim mindset because if
nothing.
you have the victim mindset, you're gonna be like, well, um, I didn't get the start that he got. I don't have what he has, so I'm gonna pack it in. No,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
That is
It's
so true.
I can't deal with that, Sean. Anytime I hear that, anytime I see it, men or women, especially in men. I mean, I get it in women. You know, it's just I mean, those one of those things. It's kind of like it is what it is with
Right.
women, but when it comes with men, I'm like, dude, you got to understand where hey, we may care about what she said until we find out that it's BS. But at least initially, somebody may care. Nobody's going to care about what you're talking about, man, or what you're
Hmm.
going through. You gonna be you man. You just gonna be yelling it out into the atmosphere because
Yeah,
nobody's gonna care. You
they
have to
don't.
change that.
Yeah. And B, it's like, man, you talking about stuff, man, little tidbits that I talked about in my podcast this morning, man. Man,
Oh, for real?
yeah, man, because I said in my podcast this morning, man, that my mom used to tell me, Sean, you ain't nobody special because you going through something. There are billions of people out here going through stuff.
Yep.
So what makes you so special? Because because it's like, okay, Sean, you lost a friend. People die every day, dude.
Yep.
Sean, you had some setbacks. You lost your job. You did this or whatever. You're nobody special. What you got to do, you have to get in front of it, and you got to rise above what you're going through. You got to thug through that nonsense, man,
Yeah.
and that's how you make it through to the other side. And that's what. But the victimized mentality, man, they be looking at people. I'm like, dude, you crying over that, and dude, I done been through hell. Do you see
Hmm.
me over here whining, crying, and bitching and moaning? You see me fighting, dude. I'm thugging through what I feel. And you got to thug through what you feel. And then
Yeah.
you're okay, they're going to come back with something, but it was this and it was that. I'm like, oh, what difference does it make, man? I
Yeah.
mean, I suffered multiple. You got this that you're going through, and I mean, I get it. There's nothing you can do. Once the milk has spilled, there's nothing you can do. Once the eggs are scrambled, you can't put them back in the shell. It's time to keep eyes front, feet forward. It's time to keep moving because once you stop, you are dead. You are done. You got to keep moving no matter how you feel. And my therapist told me this through your depression, through your sadness, through loss, through everything. You have to keep moving forward, Shauna. If when you
Yes.
stop, you're done. You're
Yes.
done. You're dead.
Stagnation is death. We talk about it all the time. Yeah.
You want, and not, people gonna feel sorry for you for so long, and after they're gonna be like, okay, you need to shit or get off the pot. It's
Yeah.
time for you to be strong. Because what my thing about it is that I hear my mother's voice all the time. She's like, I didn't raise you to be weak. I ain't coming back here. I'm in a better place. I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
I raised you to be strong. I know you hurting. I know you depressed sometimes. Keep doing it. Don't stop. You keep fighting. You fight for my memory. You fight for my
Yeah.
honor. You fight for my name. You
Yeah.
going on, you are when you are going on, you celebrate me when you go on. When you happy on purpose, you celebrate me when you happy. When you refuse to be down and just, being in dark rooms and be like, I don't want to bother with nobody, man, you are dying a slow death.
Yeah.
And so when people don't want to be surrounded with that, don't get mad because you are sabotaging yourself because you
Yep.
refuse to live. You just rather die. Well, die then. Just die
Yeah. Yeah.
because ain't nobody can help you. You ain't listening. You listen to the sound of your own voice, and that's why you in that cesspool of negativity, intoxication, because you refuse to get out of it. My mom always said, people only gonna feel sorry for you, Sean, for so long, and after that, they gonna put deaf ears on you
True
because
that. True that.
you ain't trying to help yourself. You can only help a person who is helping themselves. You can't help a person who ain't trying to help themselves, man. You just can't.
True that. So Tim
You
got a
can't do it.
question. I'm gonna get his earlier comments and then I'm gonna get his question for you.
Right,
See,
right.
mindset determines outcome and altitude. Yes, sir, it does.
Mm-hmm.
And that keep us in the slavery mindset. Yeah, victim mindset keeps you in the slavery mindset.
Exactly.
And he said,
Exactly.
Tim says, how do others overcome when they didn't have the training that you had from your mom? So I don't know if he's asking that to both of us, just one, but I'll answer first.
Mm-hmm.
The way you overcoming that, even without having that foundation, that's what I talked about. Without even having that foundation, that just means you got to work a little harder than the next person because you didn't have it starting out. But regardless of what was the norm and what was instilled in you, once you become of age and you have an understanding, you can start instilling those things in yourself. Like
Right.
Sean fell in love with fitness. It was your mom a bodybuilder, or your dad a
Mm-mm.
bodybuilder, anybody in
No.
fitness like
Uh-uh.
that? No,
No.
you instilled those things into yourself. You fell in love with it and you start to instill those things into yourself. So that's
Right.
where the personal responsibility of you doing the work comes in. It's going to be
Right.
very hard,
Oh yeah.
but you can do it.
Right. Tim, that's a good question, man. And Tim, the analogy I want to give you, brother, is like this, man. And I'm gonna break it down like this, Tim, and you can take it and run with it, brother, because it'll give you a good example. It's Tim, I look at what you just said is like a person with bad genetics and a person with good genetics. It's just like B said. The person with good genetics, they ain't got to work as hard with the person with bad genetics. The person with
Yeah,
bad genetics, can they still get into that place as that person with good genetics? Yes, it's going to take them longer. They got to work harder. But here's
yeah,
the thing, you got to have the passion to push you to working harder, you know.
yeah,
And here's the thing, my mom told me this too, Tim. The only difference between a person that was born with a silver spoon in their mouth, son, and you that's not born with a silver spoon in their mouth, you gonna have to work harder when they ain't gonna have to work. But the difference is when they struggle, they gonna damn near want to kill themselves. When you struggle, you gonna be used to the struggle. When you struggle, you gonna smile at it. You gonna laugh at it. This all you got. I done been through this. I was born in darkness. I was born in struggle. I was born in hardship. This ain't nothing. You gonna have to
yeah,
throw out. You gonna have to throw the whole kitchen sink at me in order for me to even flinch. See, a person born with everything, they have a sense of entitlement, opposed to the person who's born with nothing. That person that's born with nothing, all they got is work. They
yeah,
gonna work. And I said this, and I took me and my brother was talking on the phone the other day. It's hard to outwork Sean and Lynn Taylor. You going because that's all we know.
yeah,
We gonna outwork your ass that our work ethic is bar none.
yeah,
Bar none. I'm a workaholic. I've been working since I was 10.
yeah,
Mowing lawns, whatever I got to do, construction work in the summers, whatever I got to do, bagging groceries, whatever I got to do, walking to work, whatever I had to do as a teenager, whatever I had to do, that's what I did. So my work ethic, you ain't never gonna outwork me.
yeah,
You'll be home whining, talking about you tired, and I've been up since 3 o'clock, and I'm still at work at 9 p.m. You ain't never gonna outwork me, baby. You ain't never gonna outwork me in the gym, baby. You ain't gonna do that either. You're gonna
yeah,
have to step your game up because I fell in love with this stuff at 11, 12 years old. So you catching up is never going to happen. You just gonna have to try to keep up. That's all you got. But it starts here, Tim. It starts here because every one of us is born with this. So that's why I said earlier you have to train your mind daily. So Tim, you and your mind, y'all best friends, bro. And the more you train and the more you tap into it, the stronger and stronger and stronger you get. And
yeah,
that's the only difference between people who are born with everything and people who ain't born with nothing. Because when people ain't born with nothing and they make themselves into something, they are accustomed to struggle. People who got everything, when they struggle, they gonna fold. They gonna
yeah,
fold every time. They ain't gonna know what to do because
yeah,
life has always been easy for them. And if I had to choose it all over again, I wouldn't choose that side. Give me the hardship and the struggle because when I'm struggling, I'm gonna know how to fight through it. I'm gonna be a
yeah,
fighter. I'm not gonna be sitting on just waiting on somebody to just give me something because that's what I'm accustomed to. That's the difference between somebody who's born into the suburbs and opposed to somebody born into poverty. That person's gonna work harder.
yeah.
And they gonna be rough around the edges and a little rough and rugged, but they're gonna work hard.
Oh yeah,
That's the only difference. That's the only difference.
yeah, yeah. Tim say I agree. The mindset is the battleground. Oh
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that
Yes,
is the
sir, Tim.
battleground.
All
That is
day
the
long,
battleground.
brother. All day
And
long,
so
Tim.
one of the things that will help will help you is just move your feet. If you just sitting there trying to figure it out, waiting, get up and
Right.
move your feet. One
Right.
step at a time, one foot in front of the other. That's all you
Right.
have to do.
That's it.
That's all you have to do. You don't think about what you don't have, skills you haven't acquired, how long it's going to take. Don't think about none of that. Just start moving because we told you stagnation, standing still is dying a slow death. It is
That's
death.
all it
We
is,
call it
man.
what it is. I stopped saying dying is slow death. Let's call it death. Stagnation is death. You're going to die. So
Yeah.
you got to move your feet and start going forward. Once
Yes,
you
sir.
move your feet and start going forward, then things start happening for you. Dude, I didn't have anything going. Go look at my old videos. They're like, dude, when he shot this with a toaster, like it was awful. Absolutely awful, man. Go look at it. But you're going to see the growth. You're going to see the
Yeah.
difference, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And
That's true,
as
man.
they say, build the plane as you're flying it. Just mean, yeah, we ain't got all the tools yet. I ain't got everything I need yet, but damn it, I'm out here and I'm trying to get it.
That's right, man. That's right, man. Hey, that's just it, man. You definitely going off blind faith, man.
Yeah,
And so, but it's a beautiful thing, man, when you look back that you didn't sit, you went into it without a plan. Sometimes you don't have a plan. You just need that faith, man, and you need the belief in oneself. Man, Gwen used to tell me all the time, it don't matter if nobody believes in you. Don't you ever stop believing in yourself.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I'm gonna believe in me. I don't care if you don't believe in me. I
yeah.
ain't gonna depend on you. I'm gonna depend on me. I'm always gonna bet on Sean because I know
Mm-hmm.
what Sean capable of. I ain't gonna bet on you because you mediocre at best. I don't know who you're gonna be from Friday to Saturday to Sunday, so I can't depend on
Yep,
you. You may be
yep,
in the mood and I need something. You're gonna be acting all brand new. I'm like, I ain't got time for that. I asked you once to do something. I asked you twice. I ain't gonna ask you a third time. Like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it myself because I know I'm gonna get it done.
yeah,
So you got to believe in yourself, man, and that's a lot of thing that people don't believe in themselves, man. And for me growing up, my mom saw stuff for me that I didn't see in myself. She believed more in me than I believed in myself, but I eventually caught on to that Gwen train of her belief system, and I started getting confident because I didn't used to have none. I mean, at all.
yeah,
People's like, have you always been like that? Have you always been confident? Have you always been transparent? Hell no. I'm gonna sit up here
yeah,
lying to you if I tell you no, I had to grow into that. And that's why I
yeah,
tell let's go, let me dive into relationships for a quick minute. Women want the already self-made man. Sometimes that man have to grow into who he needs to be. It
yeah.
don't happen overnight. And I heard Michelle Obama say it best. When she met Barack, he wasn't who he is today. Y'all see the
Man had a
Barack of the
hole in the
day.
floor of his car. He had a hole in the floor of his car, Sean.
She said, I was the breadwinner. I was the one holding him up. I see. Here's the thing: women want the already made man. See, they ain't willing to
Already
go through
made,
what that
man.
woman went. But look at the reap. She's reaping the benefits right now. Michelle Obama, as beautiful as she is, and I love her mind. She said the biggest problem our black women have, they have no patience,
Yeah,
and that's why they keep losing. When it
yeah,
comes to men, they have no patience. They want the self-made. But Barack, he wasn't a self-made man. He grew into that. But you know what? She fell in love with how much he believed in himself. And see,
yeah,
they want the finished product. You can't reap off the finished product if you ain't even help him build anything. You gonna
yeah,
reap off that? How you gonna reap off that? What have you done? What have you brought to the table? Now you got to have more than just a vagina, ladies, for some of these real men out here. That's just not gonna
yeah,
work because every woman's got that.
yeah,
Okay, well, so what's
yeah,
separating you apart? I mean, you got to be more than just somebody that's laying on their freaking back. That's not going to sustain a real man of purpose. It never will, because every woman's
yeah,
got one. So
yeah.
what makes you different? You know what I'm saying?
What makes you different? See, Tim say Marcus Harvey. I think you mean Marcus Garvey said this: with
Right.
confidence, you have won before you have started.
Mm.
Mm.
Yes, sir. All day,
Yeah,
all
being
day.
confident in your ability. At the end of the day, and if you really think about that, at the end of the day, Sean, being
Mm.
confident in your ability and what you can do is
Right.
really that's damn near the foundation of what you're trying to do. Because
Pretty
if you're not
much.
confident in your ability to do whatever it is you're trying to do, the results, man, that you're going to get is pretty much going to be mixed because you
Pretty
need to
much.
be very confident in what it is that you do. Like I said it a long time ago. I was like, I got all the confidence in the world. Put me in a suit at a round table on any sports network and put me around whoever the heads are, the head television people there, whether it's Stephen A. Smith, or Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, I mean, you name it. Put me at a table with them, and I can hold my own. I'm that confident in my skills, especially when it comes to sports. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
whether somebody else like it, think about it, love. Whether people they see my, because I know those people who went to high school with me, they see my stuff. They're like, well, he doesn't know sports. He doesn't know this. I'm not watching that crap. I'm not this. Don't matter. Don't care. I really could care less.
Right,
Because
right. That
because
part.
you're not in a position to give me anything anyway. So why would I care about anything that you say? The only thing you give me is a like and a follow and maybe a donation, which is appreciated for any who wants to do so.
Right, man. I mean, that confidence, man,
Oh, it's horrible.
it speaks volumes, man. It speaks
Okay.
volumes.
Okay, so it is Marcus Harvey, an English artist and painter, said it. Okay, not Garvey. Okay, because when
Right.
I was on the thing, they kept saying Garvey. But yeah, this is true. And so Tim said, "Hey guys, you have inspired me today. Be blessed." Hey, I appreciate
Hey,
that,
appreciate
Tim.
you, Tim. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate that, man. And that's what I set out to do, man. Just if by all the videos that I've done, which because I know majority of the content that I've made, it hasn't been watched by many eyes because people on the attention span, number one, Sean,
All
is
right.
people because like I watch it on my numbers when I'm doing this. They'll dip in for a minute and then they'll dip back out.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
fine. They gave me a view. That's all when you watch 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, I
That's
hope
right.
you got something from however length of time that you watched it.
Right. That part. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Definitely,
Yeah,
brother. Yeah,
for sure,
man.
man. So, man,
Yeah.
this was a good one, man. Hold
It
on, let's
was. It
see.
was, man. It was.
This is what we need, brothers. Oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
definitely what we need, man.
we do. Definitely, man. Definitely, man.
Yeah,
For sure.
because we talk about the outlets. I remember when you was talking earlier, and I was gonna go in on. I just remember that when you talked about somebody being born with their value, they said they hit the genetic lottery versus somebody that was born without it. I was like, wow, he just described men and women because women are born with their value, of course. Men have to build their value, you
Right.
know and
Right.
that's where they're with women. That's where you always wonder, well, why are these women entitled? They think they can. Well, it's because they born with their value. They've kind of had once they started to sexually mature, they started to get their way and manipulate men all they wanted to, and so that's the
Mm-hmm.
entitlement thing with guys. Dude, you're average Joe. You can't go up and call no shot with no girl. The only way you can do
No,
that is, dude, you got to be exceptional at something.
you
That's the only
have
way
to
you
be.
get.
You have to
You
be.
have to have something to leverage,
You
because
do,
you the
man.
average everyday run of the mill gray dude, bland with no seasoning. She's like, you're invisible to her. No,
Right.
no, no. They're looking for the way they are today. The hypergamy is on steroids now. The young girls are looking for exceptional. They're not looking for the average dude anymore. Even the young girls, everybody wants the exceptional man,
Right.
which lets me know if the exceptional man is what you want. So you okay with being a sister wife because you're going to be one of many, ma'am. I'm just letting you know that there's no
Yeah.
exclusivity is going to be found there.
None at all. You know what I'm saying? And what and I also said in my podcast this morning, man, pretty much once a man builds himself up, man, and he gets him to a place of standard, and
Yeah,
um and he's dealing with, women or a woman or whatever, and he chooses to leave, what is he actually losing when he's
yeah,
already established? He's not losing anything.
yeah. He's not.
Theoretically, he is not losing nothing,
Nope.
especially if this woman is a headache, non-appreciative, um, you know, just pretty much mad at the world or just mad all the time or whatever. What is he losing? He's losing a headache. He's losing a red flag. He's losing a
Yeah.
nuisance. He's losing somebody who's just gonna hold him down. He's losing somebody that's negative and toxic. What is he losing? He's losing nothing. He is
Mm,
gaining everything, which is called PEACE, peace. But he is losing nothing because he is everything.
yeah.
He's established. He got his stuff going on. So what is he actually losing? Nothing.
And
Nothing.
we go. This is how we go in the show. Before we go into our final thoughts,
Right.
that's the part we didn't talk about today, Sean. As far as men's
Right.
mindset when it comes to women. and what your mindset need to be, especially. So if you're a guy that's already established and you have that experience, you kind of got a sweet spot and know how it is, what works for you and how to operate with women, especially if you're an older guy, more seasoned. You have those out there that are still retarded. I know a few of them. They're in their 50s, Sean, and dude, y'all are night and day. I mean, night and day, Sean. I mean, they're the exact opposite of everything. They should just have your stuff on, but everything backwards on it. They're the exact opposite, and they're the same age as you. But hey,
that's hilarious right there, boy.
I'm just saying, I know these men, Sean. I know these men, and I'm just like,
that's hilarious, man.
Man, you old, dog. You real old. This is kind of sad. This kind of sad, dog. You real old.
They're acting the fool.
Yeah, they're acting the fool. Oh yeah.
Out there still playing in the streets, man. Come on, man. Get your life together.
Right.
Find your purpose, homie.
So, like with a young man, like if she leaves you, you know, the great Patrice O'Neal said, if she leaves you, what have you lost? What have you lost? That's the mindset you need to have. I remember Kevin Samuels was talking about it on this show. I catch him every now and again when I can because he be going on late. But he was talking about if he was a young man today, how would he operate? And one of the things that stuck out with me, what he said was, he said that today you have to be cutthroat with women. He said you don't have to be a dog, but you do need to be cutthroat. It needs to be, this is what it is, babe. And if she ain't with it, if she resists, well, out. Bye. Don't no time to negotiation, no time to plead your case. Don't try to manipulate me. You can beg, you can wince, you can cry, but if it's not this specific way, bye. And that's the mindset you need to have.
Well, it's the best one out there, man. Time waits for no man or woman, man. I mean, time moves on without you. So that's just how it is, you know. So it is what it is, man. That's what Gwen told me. Hey, my mom always told me, baby, you know your value, son. Know your value. Know your value. They look good, you look good too. So hey, I mean, know your value, son. Know your value, son. You know, and that's my approach. That's my approach, man. I'm like, whatever, man. Well, okay, deuces. What a good luck to you. And I be trying to tell women, I say the difference between, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's easy for you to get a man, hard for you can get any man to sleep with you. Cuffing you is a whole different ball game, baby.
Yeah.
Cuffing you is a whole different ball game. But good luck out there.
Good luck. Good luck. Because one thing you ain't not gonna have me doing is smoking out the window.
No, you ain't. Oh no, you would never catch me smoking out the window. You ain't gonna have me doing that. No, sir.
No. I give you back to the city before I pull out the cigarette. All day long.
I gift wrap your dud ass straight back to the city. Drop you off right there, Avenue B. Boom, bam, get on out there.
Not Avenue B. Lord have mercy.
Get out there and be somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, and if you're in the education, I'll drop you off on Vikings Way. Hey, so Tim, great show. From what I've seen and much needed. Stay on the wall, gentlemen. Hey, Tim, I appreciate it, man.
That's love, Tim. Hey, appreciate you, homie.
Hey, we're gonna keep it going, dog, because you never know what this is gonna turn into and what opportunities it's gonna present for either one of us, man. So
that's right.
Hey, I'm taking my brother with me wherever it is. Hey, we
and
on
you
the
already and you already know, B. You already know you're going with me, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, for sure. Let's say if women know what they want, we should too. Yeah, Tim.
Boom.
That's it. And you should stick to it. Don't bend. Don't bend to her. No. You know exactly what you want. You know what satisfies you. You know what works for you. Don't compromise on that because they don't. They don't. Trust me. Nope. They don't compromise. They don't settle. They already talked about it. The average man ain't good enough. Average everyday man ain't good enough. They tell you that to your face. So you don't settle. You don't compromise either. Guy watched Coach Greg Adams. He said when you really build yourself into that top man, that man that you're trying to be, that man that has things going for himself. He said, trust me, you're going to be able to eliminate 90% of women off top. They're out of the conversation and running to even be able to deal with you when you really, really think about it. And I said, wow. I said, I didn't really think about it like that. And he talked about it like, I don't have any kids, so I'd rather not deal with a woman who has children. That's 80% of women I've eliminated off top, especially in the Black community, Sean. And I was like, dang.
Right.
Exactly. But number one, kids. And I have you should never feel bad about whatever standards you have, because she's going to have one too. So I don't feel bad about the single mother thing, because, or not want to deal with women who have kids, because it's women who don't want to deal with me because I'm not 6 feet tall.
Right.
So if I'm toxic, then we both toxic, baby. If that's the case.
You say we both.
Let's be toxic. Well, I see your toxic behind in the streets.
That's hilarious, man. I love it, dude. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome, man.
For sure. So we're gonna wrap it up here. We did a solid hour. This was good. Hey, the other day I told my mama, I said, Sean got on talking about we're gonna do a solid 40 minutes. I said, you know that conversation. What she said, how long y'all did? An hour 40. Talking about good Lord. I said, yeah, goodness. I say it get like that. It get like that. It gets like that. It gets like that.
It does, man. It does, man. When that thing popping, it's just popping, man.
It just goes, man. It flows, man. But what are your final thoughts on this today, sir? This was a really good show. We gotta.
My final thoughts, man. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. You know, mindset is everything, good people. Mindset is everything. Everything begins and ends with how you think. And if you have not tapped into your mental, you have to look at everything at all angles from a mental trajectory. And if you are not, you are losing, and you're going to continue to lose big. You know, the mind, man, you have to utilize it. You know, you have to utilize it. That's my final thought.
So just remember, guys, that this is whatever it is, it's your baby. It's yours. It belongs to you. No one's going to take care of your baby like you will. No one's going to be patient, be kind, be nurturing to your baby like you will, because it's your baby. It's your vision. It's whatever that you want to do. So don't expect people to come in and have the same mindset as you about your baby. It's not going to happen. That doesn't happen figuratively, and it doesn't happen literally. Even if you had an actual baby, you had an actual child, bringing a step parent in, that parent's most likely is not going to care for that child the way you are. And that child is at risk being around that step parent. Look up the statistics. It is what it is. Now, is that all? No. But overwhelming majority, I'm sure they're not going to be able to do it the way you are, because that's not their baby. It's just that simple. So knowing that, having that mindset, know about who you keep around you. That's one of the most important parts, besides self-development, besides working on yourself, is who you keep around you. Because too often, especially Black men, are trying to do the right thing, but they're around those who are not doing the right things. And that's one thing about being around those. And this doesn't mean that he's in the hood and dealing with Pookies and Ray Rays, stuff like that. Nah, he can just be with some shady people. These could be professional people, and they could be shady as hell. You need to get from around them. You got women who with a certain mindset and the way they act. And if she's impeding the progress, if at any point you got to stop the ship because she acting a fool, you need to pull into the next dock and put her off the boat. It's time to go. Right. And that's anybody. That's anybody. Your family, friends, brother, sister, mama, daddy. Sorry, gotta go, because this is your life and you have to live it. Because when it all falls down, Sean, like you say, when it all falls down, who's left? It's just you.
It's just you, baby. It's you.
It's just you.
That's it. That's it.
That's it, man. See, Tim say, and don't have a fixed mindset that you can't change your mindsets. Your mind is not set to grow if you have a fixed mindset. There it is. Yeah, constantly evolving, Tim. See, you on the right path. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, Tim gonna be all right. Tim gonna be all right.
You're gonna be all right, Tim, for sure. You're gonna be all right, man. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, if you didn't
Mhm.
see our what was the last show called that we did?
Mm. Damn, was it Monday, B, that we did it?
Oh yeah. Closed minded versus open minded. Hey
Open
Tim,
minded. Yeah, check
hey,
that out.
go to Sean page and you'll see where he went live. Me and him went live and closed minded versus open minded. Go check that show out, man. It
Yeah.
was pretty. This was the basically the sequel to that show.
Right.
So
Pretty much.
go check that show out, man. That was a really good show.
It was, man. It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah. So check Sean on all his social media, tailor made for you training, Gwen's Boy
Hmm.
Mindset on YouTube. Go
Hmm.
like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you give me a like, share, and subscribe.
Right.
He said,
That's
yeah, he
right.
said you're going back to check it out. Yeah, go check that out, Tim. We will be back. Probably what? Because I work Monday, so we'll have to do. We'll get it done. So anytime after
Yeah.
Monday, or
Yeah.
even if it's,
Anytime.
I get off 2:30 Monday, so anytime we'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
I know
We figure it out. We definitely gonna figure it out. Got
the
them.
next show.
I was gonna say this weekend. And I said, man, we got them playoff games gonna be
Oh yeah,
fire
the
this
playoff
weekend.
games
I
this
was like,
weekend.
oh
Yes,
man,
yeah.
I'm gonna be on that TV hard, boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on that hard. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I already kind of know what our next one here is going to be. So yeah, so we're going to get it in for sure.
Right.
So man,
Right. For
y'all
sure.
stay tuned and look for us. I'll post it next week, and so y'all will see what day we go live. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. But
Hmm.
until next time, my people, we'll talk to y'all
Check it
later,
out.
man.
All right.
Peace
Peace,
out.
everybody.